Hi and welcome. We're gonna prepare the income statement analysis. So it's a different kind of analysis. Let me move forward. As you see on the screen, it's a blank Excel workbook and a spreadsheet. So we're gonna format it first for the income statement, and then we're gonna add the formulas and the numeric values. Let's start our task. The first of all, I'm gonna merge all my cells of the row 1 and the row 2 to get a heading properly. So for this, I'm gonna press shift and down arrow key and then right arrow for number of cells, moving from A1 to the I1 and I2. Now I'm gonna press Alt H from my keyboard and open a H home tab. Next, I have a merge and center group called the M. I'm gonna merge again my cells M, and now I'm gonna type the name which I'm gonna use. It gonna be the heading of the spreadsheet, which is called income statement. So after typing, I'm gonna do bullet control B. Next, I'm gonna change the color of my font and increase the font size. Alt H and Fs to font size. I'm gonna type the 24. Yes, and now again I want to type Alt H to open the home tab to color change the color of the font. FC. So here I'm gonna choose the orange or whichever color you want. So yes, income statement. So now I'm gonna type the period covering. So how many years the income statement is gonna be prepared, so that I'll be showing you. So I'm thinking to cover the 5 year range starting from 2018 to the 2019 and heading forwardly to 2020, next 2021, and the last 2022. So yes, here I have prepared it. Now I want a separate column of 5 year average result. Yes, 5 year average result, you got it. The next thing, I'm gonna add the income statement item. So first of all, I'm gonna use all figures in dollar million. So to keep my income statement simplified, yes. So as you remember that income statement starts from the revenue and ending at the net profit. So I'm gonna enter all those information side by side. But before it, I want to change the font. It's Calvary and without italic. So I want to change it to italic. So again, I want to press Alt H from a keyboard, and for the italic, I'm going to press 2. Yes, it do italic. Now for the period covering, we're performing the same step. Yes, next. Now it is looking great. So yes, I'm gonna type the revenue. Yes, but not again the cost of goods sold. It is an old format. So for this, I'm gonna type growth of revenue. So this is a great type of income statement which we're gonna prepare in this session. So it is horizontal analysis incorporated in income statement, and then we're gonna find the 5 year average result as well. So yes, revenue, after the growth of revenue, I'm gonna type the cost of revenue. Yes, again cost of revenue. Now I'm going to find the growth of revenue. Growth of cost of revenue, cost of goods sold. Yes, I'm gonna type in yes. Now it has been done. Next thing, after cost of goods sold, I have to find my residual amount, which is called the gross profit. Next, it's same gross profit margin and heading forwardly to the expenses. So yes, gross profit margin, and next I have selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. Next I have admin expenses. Next, I have general expenses. Yes, I'm gonna change there's a spelling mistake. Just wait for a second. Yes. all of things are gonna be great. So yes, after typing the expenses name, I'm gonna find the percentage of my expenses as a revenue, how much my expenses cut my revenue. So yes, I want to find it again. Percentage. Now I want to use a short form S and D E of revenue. And moving forwardly, I want to copy it down to the 3, pressing Control D from my keyboard and changing the name. So in the second, I have my admin expenses. And in the third, I have my general expenses. Yes, now it's gonna be fine. And here I have my EBITDA being calculated. Next, my depreciation and amortization. I have my EBIT remaining, but before EBIT, I want to see the percentage of EBITDA as a revenue. So yes, I'm gonna calculate again. Now I'm gonna find the EBIT. Yes, my EBIT percentage. Next, I want to find my interest and tax expenses. Similarly, heading forwardly to my profit for the period. Yes, this is the second last answer. And last not the least, I need to calculate net profit margin as well. Yes, now it's gonna be great. And for the 5-year average, I should type here the formula equals to. Now I can open the parenthesis. Yes, the sum. Again, open the parenthesis. I want to select all my columns to be all together, closing the parenthesis. Now I want a formula that would be summing my 5-year revenues and gonna be getting its average as well. So for this, I want to put slash sign and divide it by 5 to get a 5-year average result. So yes, I copied it. So see, it says it's find a prototype error because I haven't inputted another parenthesis after the 5. So it says it has been corrected. Do you want to accept this correction? Yes, I want to accept the correction. So see, there's a 0 result. Why 0 result? Nothing has been imported in these cells. If I type here 12, yes, you got a 2.4, and if I got here 5, you got a different result because it is all togethering all my 5 cells and next dividing by 5-year average and then getting a 5-year average result. That's a great thing. So I'm gonna remove these two cells to get a 0 again. Yes, now see that this is the great formula that have been created. Now I'm gonna scroll it down. So as I point toward my mouse towards the cell and you get a plus sign, dark plus. So I'm gonna heading overwards and scroll it down to the last cell, net profit margin. See, I got a different result, 0 0 answer, and it will be getting the reference from the right hand side. Yes, you can see all the references of cells E15 to the I15 in the formula bar. Yes, that's a great thing. Adjusting the width. Now I got, now I want to do some little formatting as well. So my growth of revenue should also be in italic. So all of the horizontal analysis items should be in italic. All of these are together and it was saving my time. Net profit margin. Yes. Now it's looking fine. Revenue. Major heading should be the bold. I'm gonna be bolding. EBIT also be bold. Profit for the year. Yes. Now you can see major formatting have been completed. The 5-year average headings and the year should be bold. I'm gonna increase the font size. Alt H and FS to increase the font size. Currently it's 11. I'm gonna select the 16. Better result. Yes. Now you can see the revenue and all expenses have gonna be prepared well. So yes, now we're gonna add the hypothetically any amount to complete the income statement. It's not a compulsory. And the next session, I'm gonna add a unit matrices in my income statement to get it more complex and then the sensitivity analysis. So stay tuned and watch our videos. Heading forwardly, as my all figures are in millions, so I only want to add some amounts. For instance, my 2018 revenue is 78.52 or 25 million. And next, I have a 2019 result. It should be the 90 million, heading forwardly to the 112. Then again, 110 million, and moving forwardly to the 145 million. So see, I got a 5-year result here immediately, average result. And yes, what is the growth of revenue? I should be finding it as a formula that my first cell should be the blank for the growth of revenue. I should be formatting it at a home tab under the font group. I will be using a formatting of my this cell. Again, I will be clicking the small box to open a dialog box. Yes, in the front of you, it says fill the cell. Yes, I want to fill a cell, but its pattern should be changed. So yes, I'll be selecting a pattern style here. Or which style would you be liking? You can choose that. Pattern color, I'll be choosing a dark blue. It's a best practices. Yes, I'll be clicking OK. And now you see a blank cell of the pattern again. It's gonna be look a great presentation. The growth of revenue for the next year, I'm gonna make a formula that equals to my current year. But for this, I'm gonna use parentheses again. Yes, my current year revenue subtracts base year revenue and closing the parenthesis, then dividing it again by base year revenue to get a result. Yes, it's a 15.016. So similarly, I'm gonna copy it to the shift and right arrow and then control R to get the same answers. See, it is moving forwardly. Alternatively, accordingly, your the formula bar. Yes, now I'm gonna change its format, selecting all my cells, add a number group. I'm gonna change it to percentage style. See, it's 15%, 24%, -2% as it decreases, and 32% increases my revenue. And yes, it's increased decimals, so I'm gonna increase my decimals to the 2 decimal places. See, now it's gonna be looking fine. The cost of revenue I will be adding, it should be 36 million. Here I should be adding the 45. Here you should be adding the 55 million. Next 50 million, a single decrease. And here it would be 78 million. Yes, my growth of the cost would be same formula that my current year cost subtracts my previous base year cost closing the parenthesis and dividing by base year result. 25%. Control R's, and yes, again the percentage sign using the decimals. I got a result. And we'll be doing same. Else I gonna control C here and control V here to get a format here. It's a great thing. So yes, here I got a result. So it should be in the percentage as well. Using the decimals to the two places. Here increasing the decimals to the two places. Yes. My gross profit. So how it is being calculated? First, I have to select my cells and pressing Alt and H key from my keyboard. Again, B to add a border. Now I want a top border. So yes, here are the multiple options available. I only want a top border. So it selects by the P. Yes, I got a border line equals to my revenue subtracts my cost to get a residual amount called gross profit. Yes, again I'm gonna select all my cells and control R to save the time. Yes, I got the results. It's 54.25 average. I'm gonna bold it up. My subtotal should be the bowling. So gross profit margin, how it is being calculated? My gross profit divided my revenue for the period to get a gross profit margin. Again, copying the cells in the control R key from my keyboard and moving towards the percentage sign to get a percentage result, the two decimal places. My average result as well. So selling and distribution, it should be the 10, 12, 15 and heading towards the 24 and now 30. See, I'm adding general amounts, not a specific amount or a case study. Admin expenses should be the 5, 6, 8, 10, or you can use the 12. Each year the admin expenses have been increasing. Yes, my general expenses should be same for all of the years. Now it says percentage of my selling and distribution expense of the revenue. Want to do the same formula. My selling and distribution expense gonna be divided by my revenue. Yes, for this, now I want to lock myself. So from my keyboard, I only want to press the F4 key to lock myself. See, under the formula bar, you get a double dollar signs along with the E, the column name, and along with the row number. Yes, this double dollar sign represents that it will be locking myself. Yes, I got a result. If I move it down, shift and down arrow and control D. So see, it logged my cell E7 and get a perfect result. If I doesn't lock my cell, then I can show you the result. Pressing control Z to go back. Yes, again go back. So again, I'm gonna type it the formula that equals to my selling and distribution expense gonna be divided up by my revenue to get a result as again shift and down arrow and then pressing the control D. So see, I got a division error and again 0.11. So if I click here to see how it is calculating, so it calculated my general expenses, the percentage of cost of revenue. That is not an accurate thing. Again, the division error, so I need to replace these two cells. Yes, I want again clicking here for the E7, I'm gonna press my F4 key to lock my cell. Yes, now it's been locked. And again pressing the control D downward to get a result and moving heading towards control R to get multiple results. Now yes, percentage signs to decimal place answers. Again, the percentage signs to decimal place answers. My EBITDA, again, I want a top border and a bold result for subtotal. Now see it. My gross profit subtracts. Here I'm gonna use the sum function to altogether my results. So yes, I got my results. Control R. Yes. My depreciation and amortization for each year, I'm assuming that it's a straight line method for the depreciation and amortization, etc. should be the 10. EBITDA, the percentage of my revenue, selecting the EBITDA divided by my revenue. Control R. Yes, my formula is working. Selecting the cells, the percentage sign. Now the EBIT as well. I want to add a top border here as well. My control B for the bolding, my subtotals. Again, selecting my EBITDA, subtracts depreciation and amortization. EBITDA as a percentage of revenue. You got the horizontal analysis working perfectly, incorporated in income statement. Setting my cells and Alt H and then P for getting the percentage to decimal places. Interest and tax expense, it should be, can say 2.8. Yes, 2.8, 2.8, 2.8, and again 2.8. Yes, I got a result. My average result is 2.8. Yes, for this profit for the year, again selecting Alt H B P to get a top border and Control B from my keyboard. Now I'm gonna find my EBIT lesses my profit and tax and expenses to get a residual amount for the profit. Yes, I got a 1045 result. Heading forwardly, my results net profit margin, my profit for the period divided by my revenue for the year. And I got a result. Yes, I am getting a perfect income statement results. Selecting my cells. No, not now. Moving towards the percentage signs, adding two decimal places. Yes, I got my results. Now you see a perfect income statement in the front of you. Let me zoom out it. Yes, you got a perfect result here. Your subtotals, your borderlines, your percentages, your expenses, covering each and everything. That's a perfect sign. Last but not the least, I want to add a sparkline analysis to see a line chart covering the highest and the lowest point, the trend of my 5 years. So how we can prepare it? First of all, we have to select all my data, the 5-year revenues, and then you can see a quick measure box available. I will clicking here the sparklines heading. It says there are three types available: win and loss, the column chart, and the line chart. The perfect thing to see a trend over a time is a line chart. It says as well, sparklines are the mini chart placed in a single cell representing a row of data of your selection. Yes, that's a perfect thing for my analysis. Line chart have been selected and see again this plus sign. I will be moving towards the down for all my figures. Yes, I got my spark lines and now the main thing is the formatting the sparklines. As you can see on your screen, you have a sparkline extra heading, extra, you can say a tab appearing. So see, here's the second, third group. See the show. Yes, I want to show my highest point, my negative point, and my last point. I want to see the markers as well. So see, here are the different. You got your spark lines formatted, yes, but it's not looking accurately. The red dots all around your spark lines. So yes, I want to change the marker color. For the negative point, I want to see the black color. Yes, and again, for my highest point, it should be, can say, the yellow. And for the large point which have been covered, after formatting, the last thing has been left, the header of spark lines. So I'm gonna type the spark lines analysis, and yes, you got a perfect result. So yes, it's a 16 font size, and the bold, I want to do it again, selecting the 16 and the bold to get my result. If I increase the width, now you can see the perfect result of the income statement analysis. So yes, here it's an interest expense of 2.8, an average of 2.8. You get a result, a streamline 180-degree line, and see here the results. Up and down results, the top and the bottom, the negative signs as well, the black representing the negative signs. Yes, you got a perfect income statement analysis along with the horizontal analysis, the sparklines analysis. And yes, thank you. Do subscribe my channel.